Hello, Helena. Welcome to another podcast. This is From the Ground Up with Helena Public Schools. And we have Superintendent Rex Welts going to be talking with us about why we're starting a podcast and some of the other kind of hard-hitting questions.
Hard-hitting questions.
Like a cell phone policy question.
Let's do that. And this is our first one.
Well, I mean, another podcast among the many out there in the world.
Our
Just
one.
another thing for people to listen to. And why are we starting a podcast?
I asked that same question.
Well, it's to get with the times.
And it is, absolutely.
Like you said, meet people where they are. That's
we're
kind
excited
of been our
about
mantra.
absolutely excited about this opportunity. We really try to get out and reach people where they are, and this is just moving forward with technology, and so we're excited about the opportunity.
Cool. Yeah. I think you can listen to it on your way to school, dropping kids off, on your way to work, really wherever you're at in a day.
Running a mountain.
Yeah, running a mountain, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do one on a mountain someday. So.
That's why we have green screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meet people where they are.
I'll meet people where they are. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, cool. Okay. So I think it'll be a short podcast today, but I think we start with a hard-hitting question that has come up all across the nation. Oh, you have to. I mean, we're not hiding. We've answered questions.
Have never.
We answered hard-hitting questions all throughout this year, so we might as well just keep going with it.
Last year, the year before that.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably since, not to say not always, but really since your tenure too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, there's always issues that have a lot of energy around them, and I would say that the cell phone is the same thing. There's a ton of conversations. There has been, the Helena Education Foundation started out with Anxious Generation book study across the community, and I think that started that. At the same time, we put out a technology levy that we needed additional help. So, timing's always of question, but as you just said, the cell phone policy or the cell phone procedures and what our expectations here in the district look like across all grade levels has gained a lot of interest as of lately.
A lot of studies have come out of what is going to be best for our students going forward.
Yeah, and you see other districts across the state, across the region, if you will, in Pacific Northwest or not even the country. They're all starting to have some change in their practices, and so I think that makes it important for us to reconsider what we do, and then also get the real facts. Yeah, I've heard people say, well, Billings is banning. That's not true. Billings is not banning their cell phones. They just, during instructional time, but they still have it before school, after school, during lunch, and passing time. So really calibrating what a ban looks like across at least the double A's, just to make sure that people are not understanding what's going on and it may not be factual.
I think we should clarify what our, policies are, kind of what the practices are in all of our school levels. So what that looks like: elementary, middle, and high school.
Yeah, you'll see off and away, K-8, pre-K, 8th grade. So I just visited with Helena Middle School and C.R. Anderson. It's off and away, and they've made that an emphasis this year. They really don't believe it's a substantial issue for them right now. They're happy where they're at. So that's off and away during from bell to bell. And so that's important for us. We also know that in the high school level, as a high school teacher, and having the ability to have teachers make decisions for their own classroom. There are teachers that use the cell phone for instructional practices, and there are others that just want the district office to make a blanket statement so that it helps them within their classroom. So it's all over the board. Parent advisory, we brought it up last month. There are parents that say we need a complete ban, and there's other parents saying I really want to be able to have access to my students. So there's really not one policy that's going to blanket and make everyone feel like it's the best policy or procedure for them. So we're going to really have to go through this carefully and what's best for the community, and not only that, our staff and students.
I think it comes down to respect in some capacities. If you're able to use cell phones in the classroom per that teacher and what they're using in instructional, it's about following what's respectful in that classroom and not going above and beyond those
I've done
boundaries.
this, Taylor. I as a high school principal, I put in practices that we are not going to do this, and it sounds great. It makes a lot of sense academically, but you also then set your teachers up for failure because now they become the ex-police or whatever it is that we're trying to enforce. And so just to enact a wholesale policy or a change, it does make sense on the surface, but you also have to think about the ramifications of what that does to your staff and how that's going to make their job even harder. So we really want to make sure that we do this carefully and thoughtfully before we just enact a blanket policy.
Okay, that's one. It's a fair answer, and
So
I think it covers.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What I'm not doing is shying away from it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it deserves a conversation, and so we want to do that. But I want to make sure that there are people that say it has to be this way, and then on the other side of that aisle, it has to be that way, and somewhere it's going to have to live down the middle.
Yeah.
And so that's what we'll get into.
It's also important for people who don't work inside the school district, live inside the school district, go through these conversations on a day-to-day basis to go from one polarization to another. They have to remember that we work within this every day. And so you make a good point about not only the students, but the staff dealing with it.
And our parents.
Yeah.
Our parents have a say in this. And then we have, unique social, economic, and diversity across our district. And so what one need is for one population may not be the other.
Yeah.
So we'll go through this carefully.
Yeah. And I'm sure there will be a lot of this conversation coming up as we enter in legislative session next year.
I'd be remiss not to say that there are districts that have done complete bans, and but they're also the ones that have passed technology levies.
Yeah.
And so we don't have that ability. We don't have the technology resources, the funding as some other districts that have completely banned. And so our staff does rely on our students to carry that technology, which is their cell phone, and instructionally, these are exit tickets, these are quizzes, these are surveys within the classroom setting, so that teachers have on demand, knowing where their students are at every moment, and they use their cell phones to do that.
Yeah. I overheard a conversation you had with a community member once talking about what that looks like on a technology basis. If we are passing our technology levels, we are able to support students with Chromebooks on a one-to-one basis. I think some people are maybe under the impression that we have and are doing.
No, we're still without passing our technology levy, and I'm not using that as an scapegoat or an excuse. We simply just don't have a one-to-one technology resource as others have, and so we do use, students use their cell phones as part of that technology need. Yeah. Good, bad, or otherwise. It's just it's the reality that we live in, and we want to make sure that students are able to access the resources they need for instructional needs. So that will be one component of a conversation around this whole cell phone piece. Yeah. But I would go back to, I've got a lot of communication back from our parents is that they think that we really need to have a cell phone ban on all elementary. That is what's happening. So we have them off and away. We are not allowing cell phones K-8, right? That's going well. Are there pockets where kids are able to sneak a phone out? Maybe. In the same conversation, don't forget, it's not a cell phone. Yeah. It's a watch. It's soon to be glasses. It's all technology. Yeah. So you call them gizmos, if you will. It's not just a cell phone, but we'll have to police multiple items. It's just not a cell phone.
Yeah, and we've had reminders go out from multiple schools this year, remember, watches are included in that, and I think,
soon to be glasses with technologies
that's
embedded.
Insane to me. That's not something I ever would have thought of. But well, good. I think that's a good
way to start out tough.
And I was like, let's do it. I don't care. We're we're talking about all the communications.
I like how you roll.
Why are we doing this as a new communication method and communication methods in general, being phones and
as we are using technology.
Yep, exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to give you a fast five to close out here. Just some fun things, get people to.
Will we always do a fast five?
I think so. Yeah, and maybe
Will you
it's
have
not
that many
always.
Questions?
I haven't planned out. Don't worry about that.
All right, that's good.
That's how I roll.
Okay.
So
Will it
whether
always
it's,
be you and I?
It may not. Maybe
Okay.
you're asking the question to someone.
right.
Maybe I'm asking the question to someone. I think that's important to note. We'll have guest speakers coming on, about bonds, about finances, onboarding for new teachers at the beginning of the year, even hiring teachers this year.
Special events.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Great.
So, all right, here's your fast five.
All right.
What are you most excited for in February?
What's on our brain right now is the hiring all of our construction teams, design teams, and general contractors. And so in February, that first week, the first Friday of February, we'll have our last construction manager team onboarded, approved with Mosaic design team. So that will round out, about 4 months.
I was going to say how many weeks? How many months?
3-4 months of putting teams on board. So okay. I look forward to that.
Yeah, cool. I
It's
like
also our gateway into spring, right? So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to.
the long stretch.
However, I say that it might be winter. February might start winter with this year.
I would
Who
not
knows?
have minded like a white Christmas, and then now it's kind of over and done with. But I fear you're right.
Yeah.
However, I don't mind the ski time either.
Okay. I'm tired of it. Maybe there's another question to address that.
Okay, so what's your favorite winter activity?
Yes. I'll tell you what it's not. Can I answer it that way?
Yeah.
My favorite activity is not moving weather. I don't want to shovel, scrape, plow. I'm tired of moving weather.
Yeah. You've been
Remember,
kinda
I grew up
blessed
in
with not having
Montana.
to do that.
I lived in Alaska. Back in Montana, I've moved a lot of snow. So my favorite activity, I will say, okay, so my favorite activity, it's got to be something indoors.
In the winter.
We like to cook,
Yeah.
lift, and if I have to be outside, I do like the outdoors. So it's probably some hiking and running in the weather.
Yeah, so something like this is fine.
This has
It's
been a
fair.
great year,
Yeah.
all. I mean, this has been phenomenal.
I think those who want to be up on the ski mountains would disagree.
My kids,
but
yeah, my family are skiers.
Yep.
They all have passes, and it's not going well.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can
they're a little,
ditto
a
to
little
that.
grumpy.
Yeah. All right, next one. What is a skill you'd love to learn?
Oh, there's a few out there. I have a bucket list. Weld. I know.
Guess what's on this Thursday?
Adult education welding class.
The weld off between
Oh, that's
East
right.
Helena
That's right.
and Helena High.
I know enough to blow myself up, so
Yeah.
I'd like to make sure that doesn't happen in the future. Play the guitar.
Okay. Do you play any instruments? That's a follow-up question.
I
It's a side
did,
question.
so that's a great segue. In high school, elementary, middle school, and high school, I was a trumpet player.
Okay. Can you still play? Do you still have a trumpet?
These chops are not going to play. No. Do I need the keys? Yes. Yeah, a little practice, maybe.
All right, those are side quests.
Okay.
But next one, if your life was a movie or a series, which one would it be?
Gosh, one on the brain right now that I just chuckle. It's a great show. Landman.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Landman. So
Yeah.
the guy's always putting out fires.
Okay, I like that
There's
connection.
a lot of energy going on. There's always something happening in this
Yeah.
guy's life. So
Yeah.
I can relate.
We're on a fast track for sure with
Yeah.
that. All right, and what would be your go-to karaoke song, or what's a song that's on your mind kind of that's been on your mind throughout
I'm a
this week?
country guy, right? So
Yeah.
Certainly country music, but maybe the Eagles.
Okay.
That's been on the mind. So somewhere there, Hotel California.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
Take it easy.
I think they're good
there's
songs to kind of
one
like
more.
calm you down.
There's
too,
one more I
on this
heard.
fast track.
There's songs always take you back to a place, right?
Yeah.
That's the great thing about music. But Gordon Lightfoot, Sundown.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. We may just transition out through that.
There you
so
go.
cool. All right.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Real quick though, this is a supplement to the weekly updates, so we'll still be doing those. And you can find all of our calendar, community corner, and bond updates on our website. So don't forget to go and click there. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.